Welcome back. Today we're talking about megalophobia, the fear of large things. You got a lot of nerve showing up for this video, being someone who brings a big smile to everyone that encounters them in their day-to-day lives. Alright, sure. Stick around, why don't you? See what happens. Alright, this one needs no introduction. Megalophobia, we've done it a couple times on this channel. It's one of my favorites because we end up seeing some really just cool stuff. I don't have this phobia, in case it needs to be said again. I know it's a pretty real thing and it's pretty common because I've talked to people with this phobia where they're just very, very bothered by things that just feel like they shouldn't be that big. Sort of the helplessness that comes from something being so big. Let's jump into it. It's gonna be a hoot. Oh, clip from the movie Nope. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but this movie, I didn't think of it too much for megalophobia, but kind of, yeah. Get this jump scare over here. Not really, but yeah, this whole scene was terrifying. Oof. Sheesh. There maybe is an alien in that movie. Jeez, dude. I've seen videos of these, like, old mines that you can go check out, and I want to go to one. I know that the video does not give you the real scale. It communicates that this is huge, but being in here would be so weird. It looks cool too. Look how it looks all marbly on the ceilings and walls. It just looks kind of tasty, doesn't it? But yeah, this is crazy big. I want to go. These places are always in like Europe and stuff, so I have not been able to go to one yet, but someday, baby. Maybe we go. The title of this one's funny. It's We Need More Underground Stuff, which I think that they mean like we need more underground megalophobia stuff because it's probably common and it doesn't show up that much on the subreddit, but it just sounds like they want more underground stuff, just in general. Melancholia ending. I've never heard of this movie, but holy smokes, it's Mary Jane Watson. Oh. Oh, I see. I think I saw this in the movie Moonfall, actually. Jeez. What's the movie about? You see, Melancholia, the title doesn't really say anything about that, which is good, considering this is the ending. But you see, in a movie like Moonfall, I went in that movie theater knowing, yeah, I'm pretty sure the moon's gonna fall in this movie. And it did. I go to the movies to relax. I don't want to use my brain once. Only time I use my brain is to say large when they ask me how big of a popcorn I want. It's the only time my brain fires when I walk through the door of the movie theater. What size of popcorn do you want? The biggest one you have. What kind of soda do you want? The biggest one you have. All right, your movie's gonna be theater 12 on the right. The biggest one you have. Sir, could you stop crunching your chips so loud? You're really distracting from the movie. The biggest one you have. The Gustav Gun, the largest single weapon ever used in history, weighing up to 1,500 tons. 1,500 tons of what? 1,500. That is a huge gun. I don't know what you would need this for. Like, what do you need gone so bad that you spend years making a gun that shoots probably not very well, you know? You could shoot far, you could shoot something big, but it's still like clanky and probably can't move either at all or very well. Like, would you not get the same result of just shooting something with a smaller gun like 10 times, you know? This is too big. It's the largest single weapon ever used in history because there's no point in having a weapon this big. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. These are Nazis. Compensating for something? Am I right? Oh, the largest gun in history? Sounds like the World War II equivalent of the biggest truck on my freeway. The planet J1407b's enormous rings are 200 times bigger than Saturn. Is that a planet in there? This is just rings? This is probably not like a real image, right? This is like a render of what it would look like, right? We don't have this picture, but then again, tech is so crazy that I'm like, maybe we do, I don't know. But either way, that's wild. 200 times bigger than Saturn's. Here's what it would look like if it switched places with Saturn. Wowie zowie. That is crazy. It looks like a portal opened up, you know? I don't know why you need that many rings though, you know? Like Saturn does just fine. I'm sorry, but compensating for something? Also, This is a tangent. I know I've done too many already, but the hand motions I do in videos, I have to keep them within frame, right? I would never do this in casual conversation because it would be more like compensating for something. You know, I would never do it like this. But in the videos, I'm always like, can you believe that? That's crazy. Man, what a beautiful day it is outside. Anyway, moving on. Do you have megalophobia? Phobia check. Part 1, scary ring. Oh, skelly monster in space? Skelly monster eating the moon. I don't know, does this bother you? Rocks falling from the sky. I don't like this. Just from it's like, you know, like it's a little more real than space skelly monster. If this happened, I'd be like, GG, you know, like we have a giant creature that's gonna eat our world. Although his mouth isn't big enough to eat the moon. It'll take him probably 20 bites to eat the earth. So we have time. But this, you know, this seems like it could happen. And I feel like seeing this big old thing, like from this distance, and then seeing it come all the way down and hit somewhere, I don't think I'd like that. But probably not for megalophobia reasons, probably because we're all gonna die reasons, kind of, you know, sort of thing like that. I'm a simple man. I have very few things that scare me, and one of them is imminent death. I'm quirky like that. Loon class a Chronoplan abandoned on a beach. Am I supposed to know what that is? A Chronoplan? It is a ground effect vehicle that travels between 6 and 20 feet off the water. I feel like this doesn't really belong in here. It's basically just like a plane. The fact that it flies above the water is cool, but that's not like megalophobia. Otherwise, it's just a plane washed up on the beach. We can do better than a plane washed up on the beach, right guys? Just a plane on the beach. The sky whispering to earth. Ooh, nice. It's kind of sweet, isn't it? I feel like I'm taking it less seriously than usual, but at any rate, I feel like having this phobia and watching these videos has to be a really jarring experience. Imagine you see this, it's on the subreddit probably because it is triggering to megalophobia. And so you see this and you're like, oh my God, that's terrifying. I'm like, it looks like Albert Einstein just gossiping with the earth a little bit. Like, hey man, atoms. Hey, don't tell anyone I told you this, but E equals MC squared. Like, yeah, we know, dude. What a great photo. Assuming there's no photo editing here, I like it. It probably wouldn't look the same if you were right underneath it. Like it wouldn't look like a face from that angle, but that would probably be the most effective angle if there was like a realistic looking face cloud, like right above you, just looking down. Like that would freak me out. That would get me. The Lincoln Cathedral beat out the Great Pyramid of Giza for tallest building when it was completed in 1311, with the installation of its spire, thus growing it to 160 meters. Look at how it dwarfs the other buildings here. Big. I can't help just think that vampires live here, you know? I don't know what would possess you to make a structure so sinister lair looking, you know? Different strokes for different folks, different tastes 700 years ago. But this building is very intimidating. And you beat the pyramids. Another very intimidating structure. I don't know. Maybe don't make it look like vampires live here. I feel like I would be scared looking out my window and seeing this. I know it's silly of me to give input to a structure that is 700 years old, but like, come on. You know, these houses, I know they're more modern than 700 years ago, but like, they had it. This, why has it gotta be so big? What's with these spikes towards the sky? Spikes are historically quite threatening. You know who else really liked spikes? Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Dracula. I think I'm onto something here. Beautiful and scary encounter. Oh boy, underwater stuff. This is my nightmare. Jeez, bro. Just swimming with killer whales. Gosh. It's so big, dude. The panicking is making me panic, dude. Okay. God. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I mean, hey, megalophobia people, we can relate on this one. This is scary for me. I feel probably what you're feeling for all of these other ones. This is funny and terrifying at the same time. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Pretty good. Someone filmed a movie with the camera. Oh, this is the movie. Yeah, Underwater. Kristen Stewart. This movie was pretty terrifying. Yeah, man. Spoilers, I guess. Sorry, I should have warned you sooner. Pretty good movie, honestly. But yeah, the end when Cthulhu shows up. Didn't expect that. Tell you that much. RWE Bagger 288 compared to a human. Is that a human? These are huge. We saw one a couple videos ago, a couple Megalophobia videos ago, an old one like in Germany, from the view of being on it, and it was just so big, dude. I know that you don't make this unless you need it for something, but me, guy who knows nothing about this, it's sort of like the big gun for me. I'm like, what do you need to dig that requires you to build a horizontal Eiffel Tower with a saw blade at the end? Look, it dug out this whole area. How much time did you spend building this? Could you not have just dug this with smaller tools during that time? This probably took years to make. Could you not have dug this circle during those years with like some excavators and 100 dudes with shovels, you know? I don't know. It's not like you can move this. Actually, scratch that. It's got treads. It could move. This thing can move? I don't know. Compensating for something? Am I right? Large stone. Whoa. That's a large stone. Dude. That's sick. I know bigger things have fallen in the past. This is not the biggest thing that's ever fallen, but scale this up, you know, a couple times, and I feel like I would be concerned that it would just break the Earth's crust. It would never happen. It doesn't make any sense. But I just feel like when something so gargantuan hits the floor, next thing you know, the Earth's crust might break. That's not a thing. But I just feel like, you know, maybe you cause like an earthquake, or you make a big enough impact that the tectonic plates shift or something. I don't know how this works. Someone that knows things, please tell me how wrong I am and how impossible that is. Oh, I've seen videos of this city a lot. It's in China, roughly the size of Austria. Due to a classification technicality, it has claimed to being the largest city proper in the world. This video doesn't really show how big it is, but it's one of those cities, I think this is the same one, where like it's so multi-leveled that like you could think you're on the floor level, or you could think you're at sea level, I guess, but then you could be on like the 30th floor. You know, you could be like in a park, you know, and have everything at your level, and then you walk to the edge of the park and you look down 30 floors and there's a street and a whole nother area down there. Like, it's kind of really interesting design for a city. But yeah, Megalophobia, people, don't go here. Okay, not only is it the biggest city, but it's full of just giant everything. This scene in the movie The Green Knight really creeped me out. I guess I don't know much about what that movie's about, because I would not have expected this to be a scene in that movie, but yeah, that's pretty creepy. Megalophobia perfection. Ooh, scary streetlight. It's just such a natural thing. It's just an overgrown plant that grew over the light post, but it looks so scary in the dark. That's perfect. Sometimes scary things kind of create themselves. But yeah, this thing is massive too. Like, look how small these people are. This car, this thing is like huge. Chat, is this real? Do you think if dogs were really this big, they would still be man's best friend? Or would man be dog's best friend? Something to think about. Yeah, pretty good picture. It's middle-aged Harry Potter and Clifford the Big Scary Dog. Godzilla. Yeah, buddy. So sick. Yeah, what do you think of, if you have Megalophobia, what do you think of like the Godzilla movie and like the Kong movie? Like, is that the Megalophobia version of like a shark movie for me? It's gotta be, right? Because it's just like a giant monster that destroys everything and like steps on people on accident because it's so friggin' big. Also nitpicky, but this first shot. Is that Godzilla? I don't know, dude. I think so. She's looking right at it. What else would it be? But yeah, I feel like that would be a scary movie to watch, right? Our solar system compared to a black hole. There we are, dude. Solar system, approximately 80 AU diameter. This is 1582 AU diameter. Astronomical units is what that is. I forget how big those are though. AU is approximately equal to 150 million kilometers or 93 million miles. Or 8.3 light minutes. That doesn't sound too bad. 8.3 minutes. Sure, they're light minutes, but they're still minutes. We talked about this a lot in Astrophobia, but yeah, we're pretty small. We're pretty tiny. We might as well not exist. But I'm happy that you do. Lightning storm in Malaysia, yeesh. Why is there so much lightning? I've always been like a little bit afraid of lightning, not like in a real sense, but like, you know, when I'm in the middle of an intense lightning storm, I feel like a little bit anxious, you know? And people are always like, lightning's not scary. Oh yeah? Would you not be scared in this? You'd be like, this is totally fine. This would obliterate you. You would be gone. A sudden shift in the weather lifted the tail of the rigid airship, which resulted in the unique sight of the 658-foot-long USS Los Angeles standing on its nose. Ooh, that probably didn't feel good for anyone on board. But yeah, wild photo. Someone snapped it from the exact perfect angle too, right? Isn't this like Wes Anderson levels of symmetrical? The top comment, rare picture of an airship sleeping during the day. Gosh, man, why couldn't I think of that joke? All right, let's do like one more good one. Here we go, Skeleton with a Big City, a classic. This time they're shooting at it, dude. Wild. It's crazy this is a different one. How are we still seeing new giant skeletons over the city? Also, I keep seeing missiles fly towards it, but no impacts. So people are not doing very well. Dang, pretty sick, man. Good video. I can see the headlines now. We're boned. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, my sweet little petunias. I don't have a name for you guys, and I probably won't come up with one. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Classic big stuff, am I right? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Like the video if you feel like it. And I'll talk to you very soon. I promise. Bye-bye. Oh no, I'm big.